Welcome to the Popcast episode 1. I'm your host, Marcus. You also know me from Pop This and Pop That. I'm here with one of my good friends and one of the first people to get me into, to help me with, I was getting into Pops, my boy Breezy here.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
So, I've known Breezy maybe about a year and a half, 2 years maybe?
I'll say about 2.
It's been a good while. Yeah. So, so I mean, when I thought of the idea of having a podcast, it was just kind of one of the things where I thought about, I want to talk to people who have been in Pops, who've been around Pops, who know Pops, just to see like how they do it, how their things, like how they've always approached it. Because me, I do things a little differently, as you've seen on the channel, where I talk about, how I've gotten Pops, where I've gotten Pops, and just different stories and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things where I've always been interested to see how that's like for other people. So that's why I figured, why nobody better to start with than Breezy.
Yes, sir.
So it's gonna be kind of free form. So there's not really a set theme, but we are gonna talk Pops. That is for sure. So I just want to start with, when did you start collecting Pops?
I want to say it was I've always known about Pops. I used to shop I still do from time to time. Go to Texas Toys, another shop here in Corpus that they have like anything action figures. Like besides Funko Pops, they have it all. Like wrestlers, horror movies, Marvel, DC, etc. And I've been going there for a long time. And this one day, I went in there, and this guy named Gil, who's I believe he still works there. Gil was showing me these Funko Pops. Hey man, these just came out. It was around 2010, maybe 11. They're still kind of new. Mm-hmm. And he was telling us about them. And I think they had the Power Rangers. And there was a few of them he was showing us that I thought were pretty cool. But I'm like, I collect NECA. Yeah. NECA's like $30 to $50 a pop. That's already a lot of money. So I'm kind of like, these are cool. But even though they're $10, I won't get into this right now because I'm trying to complete my Predator NECA thing, So I never got into it. And then later on, I seen more of my friends were getting into it, and then I worked at Champ Sports. And right next door to us, we have a GameStop at the mall. We have a Hot Topic. They get a lot of Funko Pops. Yeah. Other people wait outside, thinking they're for the shoes, for the sneakers, for the Jordans and the retros and Yeezys, etc. But they were there for Funkos. But the door, it was like they're like 2 doors down. But sometimes we would not tell people not to line up at our store. Mm-hmm. So I thought they would line up at Hot Topic. I'm like, it's kind of weird. Like, why are they going that far for shoes and realize they were all for Pops? You know what I mean? Then a buddy of mine, we were hanging out one day. He wanted to go get some Pops. Wanted to go on a little Pop hunt. He never been to Texas Toys, so I bro, let's go over there. And I know they have Pops there. So we went, and I don't know if we have one of them here. I don't think we have on the shelf. But I still have my first Pop I ever bought. I bought my first Pop was actually 2 of them. It was the Batman from The Dark Knight Rises, not the movie, but the animated movie.
Okay.
There's where Bruce Wayne's old. It has. I found one where he's not wearing a mask and he has gray hair, and I can feel the gray hair. So I was like, I'm getting this one. This one's cool. And then Gil was like, hey, we have another one. It was a PX exclusive, and I don't know what that stood for. He told me that it's only mom and pop shops get those exclusives, not the big chains. And he's like, we have a version we has a helmet on. There's 2 versions. There was actually 3 or 4, but that particular one, because he's in a battle Superman, so he has the crazy body armor, Batman armor. And I got both of those, and from then on I was hooked. After that, I told myself only collect Batman, and then I saw they made Predator, so only collect Batman and Predator. Then DBC, I think it was around the time where the Hot Topic Gold Shenron first came out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's cool. I got Shenron, and then from then it spiraled into this pretty much. Just I got really into it. They make a little bit of everything, man. They really do. And then
that's because they're expanding more too.
I actually had my first Pop from Pop Grilla too, because I didn't know they had them at Trade Center, and everyone kept talking about Pop Grilla. I'm like, who's Pop Grilla? Where's this place at? Told me the Trade Center, went over there, and he had a lot of cool stuff. He had and his prices were good, dude. He had really good prices. I liked his whole setup. It was really cool. He was a real good guy, and I had the first Pop I bought from him too. It was the black and blue Entertainment Earth glow Batman one, the silhouette ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Batman one. And I walked in, and he had a pretty cool little display case with Batman in there. I was like, oh man, do you have another one of those? He's like, I just put him out. And I was like, I don't know if he was display or for sale. And he's like, I can sell it to you. I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? We got the box. The box was mint condition, you know what I mean? And that's how I met Albert. And
yeah, Albert's cool.
that's how we started our friendship. And we started talking about, saying we're talking about pops, you know what I mean? So that's how I started.
Yeah, and mine was weird. I remember, because my first pop actually was weirdly enough, it was a Superman from Batman vs. Superman. When he's just,
which one, the 2-pack or the
just the regular, just the common Superman. Yeah, and I lost it somewhere. It's somewhere in my house. I lost it, but I bought a second one from here. I remember I bought it here like.
Probably first opened, right? We had a huge DC section when we first opened.
I think like maybe about 3-4 months ago. I think I just bought it because I was like, I can't find it, so I was like, let me have it just in case somebody asked me what was my first pop.
Yeah.
And I'll probably find it eventually. But I remember I started with that, but that was like I think it was like 16 when I got that, and then I bought like 3 more after that. I got Kylo Ren, one of the first common ones that came out. I got The Undertaker, and then I got Super Saiyan Goku. And those were my first pops. And then for a while, I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy any pops, nothing. Like, I wasn't even thinking about them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it wasn't even 18. It was pretty much my whole collection's come together, like, in the last year and a half. It just...
Yeah, it's building pretty nice, man. Like, of course, I'm a subscriber, watch all the videos, and it's cool watching your collection grow, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's been fun. I mean... It's been expensive, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think my favorite part about it is just like, you know, the collecting the figures of like stuff that you grew up with or that you watched. Like they started doing The Office, and I'm like, I gotta have all the Office pops, and I'm behind right now. I think I fell behind like on the most recent comment wave. But I try like to get everything that I try to focus on the exclusives whenever stuff comes out. I try to get the exclusives done, and then
those are hard ones to get, really.
Yeah. Like what would you say is the hardest exclusive to get that you have in your collection or you've had in your collection?
You mean stores or what I have?
Like your collection, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. That's a good question, actually. Well, everything I have that's like my most valuable are kind of like they're older pops. You know what I mean? But if I have to say, let's see. Maybe the Batman. I think the Murder Machine Chase Batman from Hot Topic, the most recent one.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Because I waited. It was a long time since I've been a while since I waited in line. You know what I mean? Lined up at the store. I'm a huge Batman fan. When that came out, just the fact it's Murder Machine. You know what I mean? And like that whole like, I believe it's a comic, right? I'm not gonna front. I don't know where it's from. If it's from comic or animated series store or whatever.
It's a comic, yeah.
It's just pretty cool. He's like robot looking. You know what I mean? Like Android.
It's a really nice one. I wanted to pick it up just to have it because I'm like me. I don't have many chases in my collection, which is weird. I would think I would have more, but I think, let's see. I have the ones I can name off the top of my head are like the Jim Halpert chase. I have that one. I have the metallic trunks, which is actually my first wild chase pull.
The box one, right?
Yeah, the box.
Yeah, that's tight.
I wish I was doing YouTube at that time. That was a fun reaction. I know because my buddy Chris and I, we waited in line. We got there like at, I want to say 9. This was like when you can wait out front, no problem. You know,
yeah.
There wasn't like restrictions and all that stuff. So we were waiting out there, and then we had 2 people there with us that we were just talking to the whole time. It was cool, and I think Ben showed up later too, and then some other people. And we waited there for like 2 hours, and I was like, and Chris like, I gotta go to work, but Chris worked at the Firestone behind the mall, so he didn't have no problems.
Okay, yeah.
I think I was off that day, if I'm not mistaken. So we showed up, we waited. They said, hey, guys, we haven't gotten our shipment in. They might have posted it on their social media,
I think
but
I remember
didn't see
that,
it.
yeah.
But they didn't get it till the next day. So what they did was they had us just write our names down. They're like, okay, you're going to buy 2 boxes? Okay, we'll put 2 aside for you. And they had them sorted away. So I'm guessing they had a way of knowing what was a chase and what wasn't. Because almost everybody I saw that got multiple boxes ended up with a chase.
Oh, wow.
Like me and Chris and I both ended up with chases. It was funny. We were sitting in my friend's car. I was like, bro, if I don't get a chase, I'm going to be kind of upset because these boxes weren't cheap. So we're sitting there and open our first one up. First one, no chase. Both of us, no chase. I was like, damn, bro. I was trying to feel bad. I was like, I'm not going to get a chase. I'm going to be mad. And then we both opened our second box, both chases. It was just like, we were just so hyped. It was fun.
That's a good feeling, man. I pulled the Batman Gamer chase. I pulled a Groot Gamer chase. I pulled the mystery box from my team 2018 or 17 with the Glow Predator and the Ryu and all that. I pulled a few of those. But it's a good feeling. My most best one was the Hot Topic Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one was dope.
The Leatherface, the OG?
Yeah, I sold it. No, not the bloody, not the OG, but the other one where he's wearing the suit. Mm-hmm. I mean? And yeah, I should have never. I sold that one. I sold him to get something I wanted. I don't remember what it was, but I do regret it. I should have sold that one.
I imagine so. I mean, I think I've. What have I done? I think I've done a few of those where I sell and it shoots up in price.
Yeah.
I know I did one recently. I traded with I forgot his name. I traded him something, and it when I looked at it later on, it shot up, and I was like, oh wow. Okay. Oh,
was it Tony?
No, it wasn't Tony. It was his name on Facebook is Ace. I can't remember. I don't know his real name though.
Ace Dan, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, so
he's a cool
I remember dude. He goes. I think I posted that Chupacabra, the Myths one.
Oh yeah.
I posted it. I said I'm selling it for $25 or I'm doing a trade. So he goes, well, I got these two pop pins. You want to trade? I was like, well, pop pins are new. I guess I'll look into it. If not, I think I'll give them to my dad. It was like a Thanos and a Wonder Woman. So I was like, my dad will like it.
Yeah.
So I traded him, and I think literally the next day it doubled in price. And I think it's been sitting at $50, $60 now. And I'm just like, all right, well, that's an L.
Yeah.
But happens. I think everything else I've gotten kind of lucky with where things either shoot up in price or they stay about where they're at. But it's usually after I get it is when it shoots up. So it's been good. But there's some stuff that tanks. It's like, okay, I guess. But it's most of the stuff that I keep anyway. So it's not like stuff I'm trying to sell. That's what kind of sucks about my collection is I'm not trying to, most of my collection, what I have in there right now is stuff I'm planning on keeping. So it's hard to make trades sometimes. Like with Tony will hit me up and he'll be like, hey, it'll be like, you want to do, I'll do this for that. And I'm like, what was it? The most recent one was the Up when the
the shared exclusive
with the shared exclusive. He had a couple of them. I think he had two maybe three. And I was like, let me know what you're trying to do if you're trying to do a trade for it. And he goes, yeah, I probably am, but PPG right now is $220 on it. I was like, let me give it.
Or con sticker?
Shared was $220. I think con was $260.
Dang.
This was day of though, so it's kind of inflated, yeah. But
they usually always go down.
I told him hit me up in 2 weeks, and we'll look at it then and see where it settles at. And he hit me up the next week, and it was still at that 180, and I was like, ugh. I was like, well, what are you trying to trade? And he goes, what about? He goes, your metallic Future Trunks chase. I was like, he's like, I'll throw in some extras too. I was like, nah, I can't do it.
What's that going for now? He probably shot up because it was a limited time. You know what I mean?
The Future Trunks, I think it's at one.
Oh wow, yeah.
120.
That's my saw. I think it was at 50 or 60 last time I looked.
Yeah, he's jumped for sure. Because at first it was oh, he's still by the box, which sometimes I don't get that. How do you feel about that with values of pops? Because some of them are weird. Some of them will be
it depends
the
on
pop's
who
still available.
It is, really. It depends on the character. Because there's some let's see. If you notice, there's certain pops that will say they're still available. They're not vaulted, but they're $50, $60, and it weirds me out. Okay, for example, perfect example is Post Malone. Post Malone was 33 for the longest time. Not vaulted, still available, but nobody had him. You pull your phone out, type Post Malone. Now it's different. Everybody got restocks now. Mm-hmm. But everywhere I would look at, it was out of stock or it'd be available at a future date. Amazon had it for 20 to 30. You know what I mean? Everywhere I looked at, Walmart even had Walmart will do third party. They'll sell stuff on the website, but it's not retail. It'll be a different price. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But everywhere I looked at, he was one of the 20, 30s. And now that he got restocked, he's went down to I think $11, $12.
Yeah, he's back normal again.
Which is just weird. I don't understand it. But then again, we're the ones who make the prices on pops. Believe it or not, the customer are the ones who determine where they're going to be at the value, what they're willing to pay for it. You know what I mean? PPG goes off of eBay, right? I believe
it's eBay. Yeah, I think it's their main one is eBay sales.
I know there's one for Amazon, one for eBay, but now that they're both, because it was Stashpedia, and then they switched to the Funko app, mm-hmm. and then there's PPG, which is now they absorbed the Funko app from what I heard. They're I don't know, it's word of mouth, but I've heard that they got control of.
I know PPG merged with somebody, and they have I think the other one's Hobby DB. I'm not sure what it's.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't think they have control of the Funko app yet. They probably will eventually, because
makes sense.
It depends how they feel about it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've noticed too. I think I talked about it in a video. I was when it comes to pop prices, we're we control the market, so it's like but it's really hard to bring the market down, like to reset the market, unless without a restock. It's weird because like that's pretty much how it works with any kind of market, you could say, because like what was it?
Even with sneakers too. Sneakers too.
Sneakers for sure. The restocks will tank. Will tank the value. Like the Zebras, the Yeezys, they're coming out I think in December. But for the longest time, you get them on StockX, you wouldn't get them for less than like $500-$600. But now they're gonna come out retail, so they're gonna drop back down for a little bit at least.
It's crazy. Like since what was it? The Michael Jordan documentary came out kind of recently.
Oh yeah, the Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Yeah, when that came out, all the OG colorways, which we don't really have many anymore, they've been selling like crazy, but they all went up in price. Like the ones I'm wearing right now, the pair of 12s went up, and I should never. I wear my shoes, but sometimes I should have kept them dead, so I could have like sold them. It came out
that's
a little bit, you know what I mean?
That's what I think about sometimes with shoes. Yeah,
buy more stuff for the business, but whatever. I like wearing my shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I like shoes and I want to spend that money on them, I'm gonna wear them. Like I bought the last pair of shoes that I bought myself that were like, I guess you could say expensive. Was I bought those pink foams. Like, like 2 years ago, I think I bought them. But I'm not one. If I don't have to pay it all at once, I won't pay it all at once. So like at a
creased up, I wear my stuff.
So yeah, if you remember, because I think Foot Action for a while they did a layaway. I don't think they do it anymore.
Yeah, Champs did too. We had that. I think sometimes during the holidays we would like cut it off, or we would, or not we like us, but the company would tell us. You know what I mean? Sometimes we would like not do it for December, or like it would be layaway until this day, and then we're not doing it from this day to that day, whatever. Because a lot of times, like when I worked for there was a lot of times people would like cancel layaways, and then we'd call them and tell them, hey, you have a few more days left, or it's like a pawn shop type thing. We'd call them and let them know, and then they would come in hot. Oh, well, we sold your shoe, it'd be like a Yeezy or a retro, and once the day's up, you know what I mean? Like, the day of, we'll wait an extra day or two, and once, like, no one shows up, don't answer, we'll pull it on the shelf, you know what I mean? And they always get upset with us when they like, hey, man, we try calling you, how much we can do.
Yeah, I know GameStop was calling me for a little bit, like with the layaway, no, it's one layaway, but it was like a pre-order with that Biggie Pop, the album.
Oh yeah, dude, I haven't even seen one of those in person yet.
They're like, it's weird. They're a little bit taller than, I think they're a little bit taller than a normal pop, if I'm not mistaken. So it fits kind of weird, or it's like 1.5 pops.
I'm about to say, I thought it would be like 2 pops, like you know, stacked up. And I thought it would be like.
I think it's a little under 2 pops. It's like, because that's why, and then I know some people were saying it fits weird in their sets because of that. But I know they're that, and then they're doing all kinds of pop albums now. They did the Ozzy Osbourne one. They're doing the
Linkin Park one, yeah.
The Linkin Park one. I'm ready
cool.
for that one. I'm ready to get that one. I figure out where I'm gonna put it, but yeah, I think. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do with my space. That's the biggest issue with collecting.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was the issue with me too. Shelving and bookshelves. I mean, they have some like bookshelves at Walmart are pretty good. They hold I think 45 pops exactly if I remember.
Oh wow.
Because I like the way I set up. Like I had a few, you know what I mean. And then I went from that to just a bookshelf. You know, got a bookshelf, but it's so hard because they're scattered kind of everywhere in my place. Like they're not just in one spot; they're kind of everywhere. You know what I mean, because that one spot just got overwhelmed. It was just too much. I just kind of spread them out everywhere. You know what I mean? I even have some in my kitchen. You know what I mean? It's kind of like not by the stove or anything, but like they're just everywhere.
They're just sitting there,
everywhere, yeah. You know what I mean? I want to put one in my car, but I was always in my truck. But I was always afraid of like it melting. But somebody pulled up the other day, and huge Batman fan. I'm so disappointed I didn't get to meet him because we were like, I wanted to smoke a cigarette, and I saw him pull up, and I was like, I opened the door. Hey, do you know how to drive this? Whatever car it was. I know. Wow. I was like, oh man, I was like no reason. I just want to tell you, man. I'm feeling that. That's cool. It's I'm feeling the vibe. He had a Batman decal, even his little his emblem for. I don't even know what car it was, dude. It might have been a Ford or something, but it was the emblem was even like a Batman.
Yeah.
Like he took the emblem off and put like a little Batman thing. It was cool, and he had one on his dashboard, and it was the one for Batman Returns, where he's all like the silver. You know what I mean, it looked cool, but I didn't get to meet him. But it looked fine. You know what I mean,
I wanted to do that too, but I can't. I know it doesn't melt. It like gets weird. Like the texture of it gets weird. Like it's kind of flimsy. It doesn't melt, that, but it does. That's what it does.
It's like soft or something.
Yeah, I did that one time. I had a Deku in my car, and my car gets stupid hot because I don't got no tint, nothing like that. So I picked it up. I think I messed with it. I think I took it out the box or something, and like it just felt all mushy, but it goes back to normal.
Hell yeah.
So it'd be fine. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it.
I kind of want to put Billy now with on top of like the PS4 because you know what I mean Call of Duty you can play with the skin now. It's Billy or Leatherface. I have Leatherface.
You bought Leatherface? Yeah, my dad bought. I think my dad bought Leatherface too.
I was thinking buying Billy, but I was like, nah, dude. Like I'm gonna be playing. It's gonna waste some money because I'm gonna be playing. I only play with Leatherface now. It's my skin. Like
yeah,
I love Leatherface. But yeah, I think I'm putting that one over here on the store on the PS4 we have because that's what Mommy Sachi he plays with Billy. You know what I'm saying? He likes playing with that skin, so it's pretty cool.
It's nice. I like it. It's like everywhere. There's Billy everywhere on the thing.
Yeah, Ben's in a Fortnite, so he don't. He don't care about he calls Call of Duty ROTC. That's what he calls it. So yeah.
Oh shit!
It's funny when people come in there and they'll see us like talk to each other. They're like, no, that's how we talk. You know what I mean? Like we talk at each other. We're homies. You know what I mean? It's funny. We don't get heated or nothing, but people just start laughing and like they look at it like, no, it's not like that. We're homies. We're on the sign, you know what I mean? It's funny.
So how did that come together? The whole Pop Boys and everything. Like, what was that process?
Well, the three of us, they worked at Chance for about 8 years. I was there for 7. That's how we met, and we've just been collecting shoes, and I've always been collecting like figures and old school wrestlers, like the ones I have up there, Thumbtacked and Necker and stuff like that. And Ben got into Pops before I did. Ben got into him, and I was like, I remember he's when I showed me the Shenron one when it came out. He had 2 of them. My bro, what's up? Let me get one. He's like, nah, I got one for Frank. Okay, cool. I respect that. That's cool. And I went on my lunch break, but they already sold out.
Yeah.
I got one on the restock. I was able to get one, but Ben got me into it. And then little did I know, he got Christian into it too. And so all 3 of us were going to like, we would go on pop hunts together all the time, you know what I mean? We had like little routines and methods, and we'd go like, we got real heavy into it. I'm talking about like a whole day of just going to Walmart, Target, GameStop, like, there's a lot of Walmarts and Corvus. People don't realize that. There's one in Amityville, there's one in Greenwood, there's one in South Staples, Saratoga, Portland, Flower Bluff. That's 6 right there. If you want to drive a little further, Alice, Kingsville, it's 8. If you really want to go further, there's one like way down, like South Padre Island or something.
Yeah, there's Rockport
like 9,
too,
like 9, and like I don't know how many mile radius, but it's like maybe 50-mile radius or something.
Yeah, there's plenty of Walmarts here.
There's a lot.
Like
and,
because I work at the Portland one, and that one's what was the pop that sat there for a while, and I was like, I need to grab it, and then one day it was gone. The Andre the Giant, that 6-inch one that came out.
I still see him from time to time.
You need one? He was there, mine. Nah, I'm waiting on it because I'm like,
you know what?
I have some space.
We did have one. I think he sold. We moved all the 6-inch and bigger ones on top shelf. If we did, he would have been sported. Yo, we do still have him. I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I might have to get one. But yeah, I remember that one sat there. Like, it's weird. Like the stuff that just sits there. Like we have and then we used to get stuff late. Like
yeah, I guess yeah.
We got the Recyclops kind of late. The second one. I remember I bought it. I was gonna buy it, and then it wasn't there. And then somebody told me, oh, they got them on Staples. So I went. I was like, okay, is there a lot of them? They're like, yeah, it's like 6 of them. I was like, oh.
Hell yeah.
And I bought the one I needed. I was like, all right, cool, I'm done.
I saw a lot of Beast that one too. They had a lot of the Beast ones.
Yeah.
Still sitting.
Yeah. There's some stuff that just sits there at Walmart. It's weird. But then, of course, there's people that go around and just, they'll go to Walmart just to look, or they'll be at Walmart and they'll go, let me look, and then there's like crazy stuff there.
Yeah. But
it's weird how they price for stuff. Like the All Might, I think the 10-inch I saw it at Greenwood, I think it was like, they had him priced at like 40, 45. But if you go on Hot Topic, it's like 30.
Yeah.
I think I bought mine for half off because I had like a coupon or something.
See, that's what I love about Hot Topic too. I love the hot cash. I love that. Like, there's secrets to getting chases with hot cash, believe it or not. And I've proven this many times over time. You know what I mean? And we'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? but there's ways to get. It's like it's. I'd like a good 90% chance we'll get. I want to say 100%, but really a high chance of getting chases and stuff from Hot Topic. But
I don't know. I don't got that kind of luck. I know
but it's all about ordering. It's all about ordering.
The online.
That's the trick. It's all about ordering.
That's what I did with my. I only did 3, so that's probably why I didn't get it. But I did the Avatar one, the Aang.
Okay,
when his Chase came out. I did that one. I think I did. It's like one of my first videos, like one of my first like 5 videos. I think I ordered 3 of them from Hot Topic. They came in. I opened all 3 of them. They were all comments. So I mean, I wasn't upset. Got a video out of it. It was cool.
Oh yeah.
But I know I wanted the Chase, and then when he restocked, I think when they restocked here. Oh no, Cora was the one that restocked here.
Oh yeah, Cora.
But the Aang didn't restock here. But I wanted one. I wanted one because my buddy Chris does those collections. He's not too big on it right now. Like when we first started, because he and I, when we got back into it, we started doing it when we got into it. And he started we started going crazy on stuff. Like I know there was one time we drove to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Just to look at what they had.
Oh yeah.
And there's this place called Gravity Damage out there. Shout out Gravity Damage. I haven't been there in a while, but they got some good stuff there. They're more of like a if you want to go find some common pops. They got good deals. I think what they told us. We walked in. It was like already like
big, right?
It's like a comic. It's like more of a comic book shop than anything. But they got a good amount of pops there. We walked in there like, hey guys, and we saw us looking at the pops. They're like, they're all $5 a pop. They're all all the commons are $5, but in the shelf, in the glass casing, there's some other stuff there too. And sometimes it's like hit or miss with them if you want to go find heat. Yeah. But I remember I think I left there with like 15 pops. I bought like most of them, like a good portion of my WWE pops there.
Hell yeah.
I think I bought all my Cowboys pops there, except for like I'm missing like the Dion and the Troy Aikman, and I think the Landry. I'm missing that one too. But just stuff like that. But then that's one of those stories because he went and he bought like 10 pops that day too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I remember one time we went to this smaller shop, CP. You ever heard of that one? CP Collectibles in San Antonio?
See, I should have all the ones that went down. The only one I remember was Dragon Slayer. That's a cool name.
Okay. Dragon
Slayer, you know what I mean?
I got you.
I thought that was pretty cool. That's what I remember, but...
We went there, and I remember, this is the... I don't know why you guys didn't thank me for this, but we went in there, we looked, and they had a Captain Rex shared sticker, the same one you have in the display. Yeah. They had the shared one, and he bought it for $50. This was, what, 2 years ago? $50. Now it's at, like, $290, something like that.
That one's the one we have is out of box. Where he's at $150 as we reach.
Yeah, so
it was like we took a percentage off the. You mean?
Yeah.
I think we took like 30% off of the original value because they have no box. It's like $150.
It's crazy, and the same thing with the. But yeah, like what I was trying to get, he kind of slowed down, so I haven't really had anybody to like go and just go look at stuff with, or like somebody that was just down to go to San Antonio for a day and look at stuff. Like I have some friends that collect still, but they're not as into it as like me. So that's what's kind of like
fun, man. Those road trips to go to other cities and stuff. Man, I remember I went crazy, bro. I drove to Angleton. Well, I was really Sugarland, but I used to live in Angleton for a year. So once I went to Sugarland, I just drove a little bit down over there and was trying to find a restaurant I used to go to, but I thought they were. Man, I was so disappointed. I went over there and they weren't there no more. And then once I got home, I didn't realize, I don't want to look more into it, but they relocated.
Oh, okay.
They were still open, they just relocated. Cause I went to the location on Google Maps, but then I still got like family friends out there and stuff, and
yeah.
I texted one of them, like, yeah, it's not there anymore, it's over here. I'm like, oh man. I was already like coming in Corpus, like already about to be in Corpus. I'm like, I'm not gonna turn around and go all the way back 3-4 hours. Like,
yeah.
But I was disappointed. But yeah, I've driven that far for Pops. Those were mystery boxes. And matter of fact, I went over there and I was like $3 or $4 short. No, I'm lying. I was a lot short. I was like, I spent my limit. That's what it was. I spent my limit. Didn't have enough for. Then they had like a total of 6 sealed boxes, and I bought 5.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had more money, but you know, like I'm really good at like money and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna spend this much. Do not, even though the other I could pull out from other, you know what I mean, things. I was like, no, don't mess everything up for you. You're gonna be all, you know what I mean? Just no, you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the dude there was like tripping out on how I was buying so many. First I bought 1, then I bought 2, and I kept buying them, opening them, and it was the last one. And I was like, yeah, I was trying to get a Chase, man, but I already got 5. Like I'm just gonna cut my losses and just go home. I don't want to spend any more money. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I'll pay for this one for you. I'm like, for real? And dude, I was like, are you sure? I was like, I don't want, if I get a Chase, I don't want to get something good and you be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, give it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, it's pay forward or whatever he said. You know what I mean? He was just doing a good deed, and I was tripping out, dude. How many people do that? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I was like, I kept asking, "Are you sure, man? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I don't mind." And he's like, "No, go for it." And it was a chase, dog. And it being a chase. I don't remember which chase it was, but it ended up being a chase, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, it was Joker. That's what it was. It was the 8-bit Joker, the GameStop box. It was that one. It was the Joker one, and I didn't. What's funny is I recorded those 5 boxes, but I deleted the footage because I didn't get no chase. And the last one, I should record it because there was a chase. I was like, man, I had my Snapchat, you know what I mean? I was like, man.
Yeah, I know I'm about to have to do one of those with because GameStop announced that DBZ box.
Yeah, the chocolate boot, right? Or not chocolate boot,
the chocolate. The Bowie and chocolate, the Bowie and the lollipop, the Frieza, and then the Frieza. I think it's like glow in the dark.
Oh, the mech Frieza, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's going to be, I'm going to have a bunch of extra pins, so I'll probably do a giveaway on the channel, or even just locally. I don't know, we'll see, but...
Oh, GameStops too, man. There's a lot of GameStops and corporates too.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention that, you know what I mean?
My favorite one to go to for a while was more Plaza because they would always have stuff just sitting there that the mall wouldn't have. Weirdly enough,
I found a chaser, Tommy Pickles chaser, sitting there. Or no, it wasn't sitting there. I walked in. The dude was like, hey man, cause he knows I'm a pot collector. He's like, is there anything you're looking for? And I'm just checking around, like, see if I can find a chase. You know what I mean? I've never found one. It was a while back. You know what I mean? It was
like the Tommy
18 or 17. I've never found one at GameStop that wasn't in pre-order. Like, I've heard people getting it from pre-order mystery box, but I've never seen one on the shelf. So, matter of fact, I'm about to put one out on the shelf. I'm like, for real? He said, yeah, I think it's a Rugrats one. I was like, oh shit, it might be Reptar or it might be Tommy. And it came out and it was Tommy. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I was like,
yeah.
Can I grab it? Yeah, it's on. Yeah, okay, cool. And they shipped it by just randomly. You know what I mean? It's like, I just got a random shipment and there was like three or four pops and he was one of them.
That's crazy.
Like, dang, that was cool. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I found some good stuff there before, but I think the best one, Greenwood's really good too. Not many people go to Greenwood. Not many people go. Like, con exclusives, they used to always have them. King and Kodos, when I went, they had a lot. And Slim,
yeah,
bro, I should have got more Slims. I got
that one jumped in price. Crazy.
Well, I got 3 of them, and I sold one of Macari, which I'm actually curious what I sold them for. But I sold one of Macari, and then I sold one to Jason. Oh, it's on airplane mode. I forgot.
So how hard is it? How hard is it to sell on Macari? Is it easy?
It's pretty easy actually. But a lot of people in Macari, I wouldn't call them cheap, but they want a better deal than what you can give them.
I got you.
They want below retail, believe it or not, sometimes. And, like, it's annoying, but all you got to do is press decline offer. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, you don't got to go back and forth with it. Just like, no, I'm good.
I've had people give me attitude. I'm just like, I'm not going to argue with you on the phone, bro. I'll Macari message you. I just put, sorry for that way. And they get even more mad. It's funny. They get even more mad. I'm just like, I'm not. It's funny, but yeah, I've even sold a few of the Macari figures on there. It's pretty easy. Like, you set your price, they take a percentage. You can choose to do free shipping or have the buyer pay the shipping, and then they buy it. You have 3 days to ship it. You just print out the shipping label, buy those labels from Walmart or wherever for the printer, put them in there. It sends you the actual like shipping label in your email. You just print it, slap that sticker on the box, and drop it out PO box, drop it out the post office, and you're good. But you gotta make sure they scan it, because when you drop it off, you want to get on the scan and you hold on your receipt. Because if you just drop it off there and leave, like, you know what I mean,
you get lost or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, usually they scan them anyways, but it'll be later for the buyer to know where his package is. But yeah, I shipped it, but like they didn't scan, so I don't know when it's gonna. There's no info or updates.
I got you. Yeah, because I've been wanting to do that because like locally, I mean, there's people buy pops locally. There's a lot of plenty of collectors. People I met just walking around at a place or something. But
yeah,
like I just know there's stuff that I'm trying to sell that I can sell online, but I prefer to deal with it here because I don't have the stuff like I didn't know if it was like how hard it was to do that. So it sounds pretty easy.
I mean, waffles are always good. I have good and bad luck, but if I lose a lot, I take a little break. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
But I took a long break, dude, a really long break, and I played 3 games, and I won every single one of them. And I was like, dude, I got some heat right now. I got some, you know what I mean? But I started, I lost like 5 more after that. It's hit or miss, but I'll never forget that I won 3 in a row, and I was tripping out. All on spot 9, my favorite number, lucky number.
9. Mine's weird. Mine's been bouncing around. Like for the longest, I would just do bookends all the time, or I would get like 10. And I would do 10, or I'd do bookends, and then I switched to 7. and because I mean, it's a number I see a lot, but it's just, I just haven't had luck lately. I'll win like a mini, and then I'm always one off. Like even when we do the local ones, I'm always one off. Always. I don't even think I've ever won one in the local groups. Well, I've won one in Funko Wire, but I haven't won one in DNP.
Oh really?
Like I haven't won one. Like I think with the one you just pulled, the one I was in, not the one today. It was which one was it? It was one you ran like 3 days ago.
Who was it? Who was it? I can find out.
Was it? I think it was a DVZ. No. It was the Stone Cold one. I think.
Yeah, it was Stone Cold. Yeah.
That one, I think it was one off. I think you got. I think I did 1 to 10, 9. And then you got 9.
Because 9 won again twice. The same person won again. I bet. And it's so crazy, man. Because sometimes when people win double like back to back, I'm like, dude, everything I do is live. You know what I mean?
Of course.
From tickets to pop stag, it's just I want people to think I'm like favoring or trying to like work something. It's not. It's
yeah.
It's
pretty
all luck
fair.
of the draw, but it's just weird though because I'm just like, dude, like I want people questioning me or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I do everything live. Like
the easiest way, yeah. Because I know I've had some good luck. I think my best win so far. At the time, what the value was, it was the Metallic Beerus. I won Metallic Beerus. I remember that one. I did like that one was so great. If I had that luck for every waff, it'd be great. My collection would be insane. I did. I won 4 minis, so I had a 40% chance to win. I was like, if I lose this, bro, I'm just gonna have to not play these anymore. And so I think I had 6, 7, 9, 10. I think those were my numbers. And yeah, pulled it. I was like, cool. Good. Finally, I was like, good. I won this one. I don't have to worry about paying for it. And then
it gets stressful sometimes, man. There's been a lot of times, like, you know what, dude, I'm done. No more waffles. I'm done.
And then somebody posts something.
I was like, don't tag me no more. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, nah, I'm done. And
I've had some pretty good ones. Like I know one time I did when the Ichiro came out, the exclusive to T-Mobile Park, the ballpark.
The red sticker, red and white sticker, I think.
It's what is it?
I know what you're talking about though. It's
the baseball one.
Okay, yeah.
So they had with the baseball ones, at least with the Mariners ones, they do a common one, they do a limited to 1,000, and they do a limited to the like whatever the other, like sometimes 100, sometimes I think Ichiro's they did a limited to 51.
Yeah.
So that one's crazy limited, but I didn't win that one, but I won the limited to 1,000, and I won the common one. It was a bundle, and the guy, I remember that one. I just got out of work. I was tired. I had already paid. He said, I'm going to run it later today. I was like, okay, perfect. I fell asleep, woke up, and I saw the person running it mention you in a comment. I saw so-and-so mention you in a comment. Then I saw a message from that guy, and I was like, what? I looked at it. It was like, congrats, man. Where am I shipping this to? I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
So I was happy with that because I don't have to worry about that one. Ichiro, I grew up watching him. I mean, he was playing before I was born. But yeah, I grew up watching them, so it was one of those that I had to have. But it's just one of those things like. But what do you think is what would you say is your favorite pop, regardless of price? Like the one something you had.
Regardless of price?
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be like a $500 pop. It doesn't have to be a $5 pop. Just something that you that's like your favorite one.
That's a good question. There's a lot of good ones. Well, not own or just in general.
In general, yeah.
In general, let's see.
Because I know one of the ones that I want, I don't have it, but it's going to be one of my favorite when I eventually get it.
That's actually a really tough question. There's so many like I'm thinking of right now. Honestly, I really like the way, and we have it here. I think we have it. Let me pull it real quick. I really like the way this one actually. Let me put some. 1 sec.
Yeah, I'm good.
Like that.
But yeah, while he's doing that, let's take a commercial break. Make sure you subscribe to Pop This and Pop That on YouTube. It's pretty simple. Pop this, pop that, pop this and pop that, or you can do the HTTPS www.youtube.com/pop this, pop that. That's it. All right, he's back now.
gonna be Predator 913 from the games. It was a GameStop exclusive, the Funko Insider Club.
Oh, okay.
I really like this one. The way this like the Predator molds, they've changed over time from the original one compared to this one, and they even had the Master One Specialty Series, which that one took me forever to find. That was a pain in the ass pop to find. But this one, when it came out, dude, I was just tripping out. Like, I really like the way the detail, like the water, when he comes out of the water, you know what I mean? Like, this, like, cloaking stuff is all messing up. Like, it's just really cool, man. The dreads is, like, everything about it, like, dude, that's, like, that's my favorite one right now, as of right now, like, detail-wise.
Yeah.
It's sick.
I know there's some pops that I look at, and there's, like, the detail is insane on them. Like, which one is it that I have? It's, like, crazy detailed. I can't think of it offhand. I know there's one that I look at every now and then. I'm just like, dang, the detail. Oh, the General Grievous, the Star Wars one, the Walgreens exclusive.
Yeah. That one's cool.
Yeah, that one has crazy. Like this one, that's probably like one of the most detailed pops at that time.
You know what? Right below this one is a newer pop, and I remember when I got him, I was like, dude, this one's really cool. Like, I even put it on my social media, like my stories, like, dude, check this out. You can see through him. It was a zombie Red Skull from the Marvel CC box.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that one is cool. Like, I know it's nothing special, but the hole in the middle of his like chest, you can see through. Like, that's pretty cool.
That's
dude.
nice. Yeah.
The detail with the zombie fight or whatever, like, you know what I mean, the green and it's like ripped apart. Like, that one's pretty cool.
The zombie line is really detailed.
Because Red Skull already looks wicked as himself, and him as a zombie, like, even, dude, that one, it's sick. I like that one. Right below Predator would be him. And I think right below that one would probably be Super Saiyan Broly, the 6-inch.
Oh yeah.
Chase one with the glow one. I used to have that one.
I haven't gotten that one yet. I got the common one. I remember I did a trade. Yeah, I traded one of my Todorokis, I think. 'Cause I had I traded my signed All Might. And then that dude actually sold it to y'all because I remember I saw it here and I was like, is that mine? And then I looked at it, I was like, yep, that's mine.
It's funny, we'll see pops come in and out of here. Like, I've had pops come back to me and then they'll sell it to him. I'll be like, you know what I mean, want to scan to see what's at. I'm like, oh, okay, where's my name right there? You know what I mean? Like, I have like my initial, like, M, whatever.
Oh yeah, it still has the sticker from when you saw it. Yeah. What have you ever taken an L on a pop? Like a
mini, bro.
Like a
mini. I was actually about to say that earlier when we were talking about prices fluctuating. I remember I bought from Chris Alba. Everyone local knows who he is. Even in San Antonio, he's a real big pop guy, real good guy too. And he comes down every now and then. He has family, I believe. Maybe just likes those.
That's how I met him.
Seafood. It is family, right?
It's family, yeah. Because he posted.
Okay. We have really good seafood. Right? I mean, our seafood here is better than Papados. I feel like. Anyway, besides that, Chris Alba came down here, and before he came, he always goes to Facebook groups, the Funko groups, like, hey guys, we're coming down, anything y'all want. He'll post pictures of everything he has in stock, and he had Venom, the Walgreens exclusive, before the Venom movie came out, and it was it had like the big gold sticker exclusive on it, like right about right here, you know what I mean? And I got that one from him for $50. I think it was like 55 or 60. But I was buying a few pops from him, so he gave me a little deal. You know, I do this for 50.
Yeah, he's pretty good with that.
Which I was cool. I thought, hell yeah, you know what I mean? He knocked a little bit off. But I was buying a few, wasn't just one, you know what I mean? So he knocked a little bit off each one. And after the movie came out, dude, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's a glitch, but he went from 50 to like $20, and then like 17 or something. I think he's still in the low teens, maybe 20.
He's not a crazy expensive one.
So that happened. That happened to me. What else? There's a few. There's actually quite a bit, man. It's hard. That's the only one I remember. Like, will never forget, because I was like, damn, dude, if I just waited a little bit longer, I could have saved some money. Chris would have sold me for the same price because it goes off of like what they're worth. You know what I mean? Dude, if only I would have waited.
So have you ever bought a fake pop?
No, actually I haven't. And I should do this actually. Pop Gorilla knowingly bought fake ones to show people, customers, like the difference between fake and real. And I don't know which pop it was, but I remember right here, like the number was really big. There was no trademark, I think, or something. Or he was showing us like the box was too glossy. Like, it's kind of like a matte finish, whatever. It's a little gloss, but not that much. These were like gleaming, like glossy. You know what I mean? Like, it was the texture of the box was one of them. The numbers, some of them didn't even have Funko. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know some of them, like the borders are like really big around the body.
Yeah.
And then there's like just tells here. I haven't learned how to read any of this stuff down here. Like the footprint, that one. I don't know what they mean. I know usually it's just you look at a real one and you compare it to that, but I know there's ways to read it. I just don't. I haven't learned any of that.
Well, on these ones, the first number is usually like over here. I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year it was made, 2020. Like most of them had it. Most of the boxes you just looking to have like a little sticker. The first two numbers are like 17 or 18 or 08, 07. You know.
Oh, okay.
And that's like the year it was made.
What? So like you never bought a fake. You never had that. So what is something you would say to a collector, a new collector? Like say somebody comes in the shop, they spend a bunch of money, and then they're like, What is there anything I need to know about these stuff, or is there something I need? Like, what would you say is like your top 5 things you need to know as a collector?
Top 5 things to know. One would be make sure to protect your pops, whether it be a protector or in a case or something, because that's always an issue. Like dropping them, or you know, I mean, I've had issues where I try to stack them and then them tumble over. I'm like, oh, dude, I look at them like somewhere like the edges. I'm like,
dude, yes, I did that. I did that with my Dragon Ball pops. I was moving I was moving stuff around because I was gonna put my 6-inch pops. Cause I have all the Shenrons. I have the Broly.
Yeah.
I have the Purunga. And the Grade 8 Vegeta. I have the shared one.
Hell yeah.
And the Goku too, the Grade 8 Goku. But I was gonna put those in the corner. I was gonna stack them all by each other so you could see them.
So easy.
It was so easy to do it. But what happened was the stuff I had there before that, I had like my Daddy Yamcha and some others. Like it wasn't like super expensive stuff. I think the most expensive one up there was the Yamcha. And but this is at the time when they were showing like $40-$50. Now he's like at $17-$18. He's not too expensive. The shared one. And I knocked the whole like shelf off. Thankfully, they were all in protectors. So yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, get your protectors right.
That'll be one for sure. 2, don't go broke over collecting. I think it happened. I ain't gonna lie, it happened to me before. You know what I mean? I'm not proud of it. Like, if you don't spend your whole check or like, you know what I'm saying, on pops, like, you know what I mean? That's or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, limit yourself. It's so easy. Next thing you know, you're in trying to sell them, and you're taking a loss. You know what I mean? Like, It's so easy to get overwhelmed with them.
That's easy. Really easy.
Because I've done that a couple times before. I bought too many. I wouldn't say going broke over, but like I just spent way too much than I should have, and now I regret it. And you mean I want to go back and return them because sometimes some places I don't even do that. I don't know if they even.
Hot topic. I know they used to do it because people would order a bunch of chases. I mean, they'd order a bunch of pops, and if they didn't, and whatever they didn't get, like if they didn't hit a chase, or if they didn't, like if they got 5, they got 1 chase, they returned the back, 4. Yeah. They returned the 4 commons or whatever, and they stopped doing that. I think.
Well, I figured that the whole time I was kind of like, I don't think you can return pops. I mean, because like they can always. That's what I would think about. You probably try to order a lot, then you get one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be number 2. 3, buy from like reputable people or you know what I mean, like places. If it's too good to be true online, 100%. It's too good to be true. If it's like a Planet, what is it, the Vegeta one?
Like a Planet Arlia Vegeta for you see for like less than $2K, it's probably not real.
It was $100. If you see Kobe Bryant for like $20-$30, it's fake.
That sucks so bad. I know. I lucked out. I mean, I didn't luck out. I missed out on a Kobe Bryant. So for the longest time, I was looking at pops. I was looking at him on Mercari. He was like at $30. Like I don't know if I want to spend $30 on a Kobe pop. I was just like, $20-$30. This is a little too much for me or whatever. Maybe too rich for right now. I'll check it later. And then unfortunately, passed away. There was the day y'all opened.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a weird day.
I remember that day. We're coming back.
First day open.
Driving back from Laredo, we went to a con out there. Some people at cons just like try to go to town on you with prices. It's crazy, but that's why I usually don't buy at cons because it's like there's really nothing ever really there for it's a good deal. Like some of the bigger ones you'll see, they'll have like good prices or whatever, but some of them are just like like someone was trying to charge me $50 for a Nacho Libre chase. At the time he was like worth $30. Now he's worth $50, so it was like I guess he was a time traveler. But I remember that we're driving back. They tell me, Kobe Bryant passed away. I'm freaking out. I'm like, what? And then we came here afterwards. We had to drop my dad off at home. So then we came back here. Came over here because, grand opening. I was like, I'm going to be there. And like I said, I've known them for a while. So I was like, I got to go support. I think that day I bought like one of the OG looking Yodas. It wasn't those OG ones that are like expensive, but it was just one of those regular ones.
Man, that was a good, that day, like so many people turned out for it. We didn't expect the news to show up. The news showed up.
Yeah.
Like all these people, like we expected this, like the local pop collectors we always see all the time, and it was them and some, and we were overwhelmed by it. We were like really fortunate to have so many people that share the same passion as us come check us out and shop with us and show support, and it's really cool.
It's definitely grown over. So that's another one too. And also, if the price seems like it's a little too expensive, do some research. I recommend that. I know I've seen a guy. I saw a guy. He bought the Cowboy Bebop set. A Spike is the most expensive one. He's like 100 right now, I think, if I remember correctly. At the time, he was worth like 60. Somebody bought him on Amazon because they were rushing to try to finish the whole set.
Yeah.
So he bought the Spike for 130 on Amazon. I remember I talked to him. I was like, "Yeah, bro, that's a dope set." We were talking about it. He goes, "Yeah, bro, I spent 130 on this Spike." I was like, "Shoot, I got mine for 70." Yeah. I remember I bought it from Marcus. I bought it from Marcus, and because I went in there and I spent a bunch of money. It was after a con. I got my Majin Vegeta tattoo. The next day, I bought the Majin Vegeta at the con. It was a Corpus Christi Comic Con.
Yeah, I haven't been to that yet, dude.
It's fun.
It's
my goal personally is to try to be at a show next year locally, at least for the channel.
Yeah.
Like say come out and do a panel or like do have a booth or something.
I can see that happening.
That's what I want. That's what I want to try to get done. That's a personal goal. But I remember I bought that, and then that same day I bought that Vegeta. The same day the next day we went to the trade center, checked out the shop. I think he had an anime mystery box. I bought the mystery box. It was like $70. Or no, it was like $100, and I bought it for the price it was. There's some good stuff in there, and then I bought this. I asked how much for that. I said, "Why is that Spike so much?" Or no, I asked how much the Spike was, and I think it was like he had it listed at 140, 130.
Yeah,
it was way above PPG, and it was like. So then he brought it down. I think it was like at 100 PPG at the time too, and then he brought it down to 70 because I'd spent money that day. So it was a pretty good deal. Shout out to Marcus. I haven't seen him in a while though. I know the shop's still open.
You know what? I went by the other day, and everyone keeps like asking, even not asking me, but some people have asked me in the past, "Hey, you know what's up?" I don't know. Like, I thought it would be open. I see people looking for something, and I'll be like, I'll tag him. Cause I know he'll have what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, dude. Like, I get no no response. No, like, he don't respond to them. Like, I don't know if he's working. Cause I know he was like a part of the military or something, and I don't know if he was still like doing that. You know what I mean? If he was like out doing something and just.
I know he had somebody running the shop.
He did.
He brought somebody in to run the shop for him, but I just don't. I haven't.
Are they
like,
ever open?
Every time I go, well, because I usually go like at the end of the day, so I assume that's probably why they're closed. So it's probably what it is. But I know they used to post too when they would like post in their chats or on the page that they got new stuff in. But I haven't seen anything on there recently.
We've done a lot of business. Him and I did a lot of business together too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would go in there and we'll trade, or I'll buy from him, or you know what I mean. It was either buy or trade for me. I would either buy from him or trade him something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did it the same way we did here, like the same methods and stuff. What was that? That's 3, right? 3 out of 5.
Oh yeah, 3. Yeah.
4 is collect what you like, you know, like you really like. You know what I mean? There's like, well, it's really easy to get lost in it. In other words, it's really easy to get lost, and you know what I mean. Buy wise. You know what I mean. Spend wisely, because there are some people who will like one particular pop in the set and they'll get it. I gotta get the whole set now. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to get the whole set. If you don't like the whole set, you don't need to get it. But some people feel like they need to get the whole set. Like, I look at it like, dude, if you don't like the other characters, you don't have to get them. You know what I mean? It's okay with just getting the one character you like.
Yeah, it's definitely okay to not have a complete set.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That was 4, right? Or that
4.
3?
Yeah, that's 4.
So the last one, it's kind of hard, man, because everybody's kind of different. You know, everyone's mindset's a little different. We're protectors. Don't go broke over it. I guess I think I only really have 4. I can't really think of another one.
I think you pretty much covered everything I would think for a starter. Because, do your research, protect your pops, protect your investment, don't go crazy. Yeah.
5th one, I would wait for hot cash to come around. Any kind of deals, you know what I mean? If you have wherever town you're from or city, if you have a place that does specials that we do, we have a little special here. We have a Pop Boys card, and for every purchase over $10.99, you get a stamp. Once you have 10 stamps, I think he has one actually, and once you get 10 stamps, you get a free item for $10.99, or you get 25% off your next purchase, limit of $100. I mean, that's Funko related. The shoes aren't a part of it, just Funko Pops. Sodas are. We have exotic sodas. We do that too. Little accessories, we can do that also. Just not the actual apparel or shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Hot Cash again is always. Oh, box lunch too. Forgot. Yeah, we just got one kind of like last year, right?
Yeah, it was.
Has it even been a year since it been open?
It was late last year. I think we got it like around Christmas time last year.
So we're going on a year for box lunch.
Yeah, I've been there.
Not to knock them, but they have like the Hot Cash type thing too. They're the same.
Yeah, they have the. I think it's called.
Or whatever, right?
I think it's just called box lunch money. I think it's not.
Yeah.
It's not something crazy like Hot Cash.
But they're a part of Hot Topic.
Yeah, they're the same. So. They're the same I think they're the same parent company because they run pretty much the same way. But it's just more of like the way they run it, I guess. So
normally I don't do this. Y'all heard the saying, the game's meant to be sold, not told. You heard of that? I mean, well, I'm gonna go against that. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret when it comes to ordering a Hot Topic. So, say if there's a chase you want, right? And let's say what's a new chase you can think of, like?
The newest one I can think of was like the Batman one or the.
Well, no, it can be okay. It's easier to do with common chases, not the exclusives. Let's just say.
Oh yeah, exclusive chases.
Ren and Stimpy. I mean, not Ren and Stimpy. A Rocco and Heifer. I got 2 chases, both from that place on ordering. The first one was Heifer. What I did was I got a few pops, like the Predator when they first came out. The Predator ones, I ordered some of those. I didn't order the Predator though because he had the chase. I didn't order him; he already had the chase. But I ordered the Hound, the Assassin Predator. I got Heifer. I got like 4 or 5 pops, and then I got 1 pop that had a chase variant. I think, if I order a lot of pops and they're like, oh, dude, this guy, because the people in the warehouse want to fulfill your orders. So they're grabbing like, oh, this guy got 6 pops. Okay, this one. And you go look at that stack. I'm going to give him a chase because he bought quite a bit and throw it in there.
I got you.
It happens a lot, believe it or not, a lot. Because I had one order where I got, somebody was there too. I think Frank was there. I know Jerry was there because he was working there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I ordered 5 pops and 3 of them were chases. And they were double chases. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, it was Taz. I got Taz chase. I got Rocco chase. And then I got the Robot Batman chase.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I got those 3 and I bought an order of 5. You know what I mean? I got 2. Yeah, it was 2 Roccos or whatever. But was it 2 Roccos? It might have been 2 Rocco chases instead. I don't remember. I just know it was 3 chases. You know what I mean? I was surprised. And ever since then, I've been doing that method. It's always worked. You know what I mean?
Well, there you go. Y'all got some game there.
And wait for Hot Cash because you save more money and do it with Hot Cash. If you have a friend like, hey, bro, are there any pops you want, any pops that you like, whatever, it'd be a common one that you don't even want. Because every time where I don't want a pop, I'll be like, my girlfriend at the time, I'll be like, hey, you like Harry Potter, right? You want this common one? I'll add it to my order so that it increases my chance of getting a chase. You know what I mean? But okay, let me get this one so it increases my chance of getting that chase I want. And it's always worked. Every time. Don't be mad at me if it don't work for you, but for me it's always worked. So just do it wisely. You know what I mean? Yeah. Try to order more than 4 or 5. You should be good.
Yeah, well there you go. So yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I remember the first time I actually ever talked to Breezy was at the last pop swap at Big Sam's.
Right? Yeah,
I bought Goro and Katana because I'd been looking for him because
I had the whole set of thing.
I was doing the Mortal Kombat set at the time, and I gave up on it eventually because.
You still have them?
No, I don't have. I sold them to Chris. Chris has them.
Oh, okay.
Because Chris is
I kind of want those back, man. That Goro is so sick. That's a good pop too, man. I like
it's
that.
It's nice.
One.
I know what's his name has it. Tim. I think Tim still has it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he does actually. He posted
I just talked to him earlier. He should have it still.
Shout out Tim. That's a good customer there too.
Tim takes care. Tim and I are always working out deals, trades. Yeah. He sells for good prices. It's just a good dude. So no problems with Tim whatsoever. But yeah, I know he had the Goro. I had the Katana, but I gave it to Chris because I was giving up on it, and then I think I gave it to him for like a gift because or he bought it for me for like stupid cheap because. I mean, I have no problem hooking people up. It's it's just like if it's whatever, you know, like that's cheap. I can get rid of it. But yeah, I remember that was the first time I think I talked to you. I knew you were. I knew like from the groups. I knew it was just Funkawire actually at that time because I wasn't even in DMP yet. I was just like
DMP was like barely starting. Like we were just starting out. Honestly. DMP is a prequel of Pop Boys. It really is. Like, it really is. When you asked me earlier about how Pop Boys got started, there's like, it's too long for like, it's just
a long story.
It's a long story. It really is.
So I guess we'll have to tell that we're doing with the Pop Boys, huh?
What's up?
We do a popcast with the Pop Boys.
That would be cool, man. They Ben and Christian both have families. They have kids and stuff. I don't have kids except for my pit bull. He's considered my kid, but I can leave him at home and he's good. You know what I mean? They have kids that can't do that. You know what I mean? So they have their own families going on. It'll be nice to have them all in here so we can like share our story. But yeah, dude, it's like it was meant to happen. It really was. They're like my brothers. You know what I mean? We were. The best way to run a business is be honest with each other. If you have any kind of issues or you have an idea, hear each other out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't argue. That's one thing we don't just... Knock on wood. I hope we never do, but we're so, like, it's just... Sometimes I feel like it's too good to be true. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like, we don't want to be a failed business. You see a lot of people, like... I was watching yesterday the Osiris D3s. This is back in my day. You know what I mean? I had those when I was a kid. You know what I mean? The guy who... designed the shoe and then the actual like pro skater was for Dave Mayhew or whatever. Like they got into it, you know what I mean? And I was like, I just see a lot of businesses like people like
money. Yeah, when money comes into it, it's always a big thing.
You know what I mean? And luckily that's not an issue for us. Like we're just we're friends before anything. You know what I mean? And it's really cool, but how this all started, like I said, it's like DMP was kind of a prequel to it, kind of test the waters, you know what I mean, and see what it was. The pop spots were a big part of it too.
Pop spots were
crazy. We wanted to see
good.
what people would even like, something like that. You know what I mean? We only had two. The first one was like really, really good. Second one was okay, but the first one was just like, it was dope. You know what I mean? It was sick.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Still recording?
Is it blinking?
No, I don't think so.
It turned off?
Yeah,
Well, did you ever start recording? Because it should say on.
Yeah, I started recording.
Well, I guess it's going to be an audio podcast. Yeah, I know when... I remember the first Pop Swap. I heard about it because of Ben. And then we were like, all right, cool, we're going to go in there. I was like, I got a little bit of money to spend. I can't remember what I bought at that first one. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
We had vendors because the first one I went to was actually in San Antonio, and I linked up with Chris Alva, and he introduced me to one of his friends, and then the guy who put it on. I don't remember his name, but Chris got me a table, and I showed up. It was really cool, man. It was at that diner. There was some diner. I don't know what it was called. It was at a diner, and it was really cool, man. Like that diner, like I feel like I was in Austin. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
It had like Austin vibes, like that whole block I was on, and yeah, dude, it was not what I expected. You know what I mean? It was better than what I expected. It was really cool. People out there, serious collectors. You know what I mean? There was no haggling really. Like everyone's just like.
Straight up.
For this, okay, cool. It wasn't like, oh, can you do this price? Which is understandable. Like, I've done it before too, but if you have a pop that's worth $30, it's at $40, I'll ask you, hey, can you do 30? Like, where's the words? You know what I mean? If it's at 30 money, I ask you, hey, you do 25 or do 20 unless I'm buying like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, can you do like a deal? If not, whatever, I'll just buy with a few. Whatever, you know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah, I remember this is what I bought the first swap. I bought most of my Chrome Thanoses. I was missing those.
The hit.
And the hit, yeah, I remember. I bought it from you. No, never mind. This was the first pop I bought from you. I bought it from you because it was Toys R Us had just closed down.
Yes,
and we were talking about it, and I was like, I remember I asked you the price, and then I think maybe I gave you a look like I was like I didn't like the price, and you were like, come on, man, Toys R Us just closed. You know, it's an exclusive, and I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll take it because I wanted. I was like, I think this was when I first started out focusing on my Dragon Ball set.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need that, and then I bought the Todoroki because it was a really good deal. I think it was like $20.
Yeah, he wasn't for me. That one wasn't mine.
and then the Obi-Wan. But yeah, I know for sure I bought that hit from you because that's one of the ones I was looking for. So yeah, I mean,
those were fun too, man. The Pop Swaps were really fun. It was. I picked that location because it's kind of in the center in a way. Like everyone from Robstown area, Calallen area, Toloso, Kingsville, Alice, could meet halfway, and everyone in town. For anyone in town, it wasn't really that far. It may seem like it's far, but it really wasn't, dude. I grew up in Annabelle. So me going to Corpus, it's funny, when I was younger, I used to love coming into Corpus, especially when it was nighttime, which we rarely went to Corpus at nighttime. If it was, it'd be like a movie or to have dinner somewhere. But it's usually the drive back from in town. That's on SPID. I know now we see it all the time. It's nothing special, but when you're from you seen Varsity Blues, right?
Yeah.
That's how Annabelle used to be like. I swear to God, bro. Now it expanded a lot, but back then it was like Varsity Blues, a little town. Out of Corpus. And when we would drive back from there going to Annabelle, dude, just all the lights. It was just cool, man. Seeing all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time, it ain't nothing, but.
I know. I'm born and raised here, so it's like I kind of can't I guess relate to that part, but yeah, I used to think this place was crazy when I was a kid, but now it's like, it's cool.
Yeah,
like there's certain parts of it I'm just like, it could be better, like because I live closer to downtown, so like I see a lot of how downtown is like a bunch of like.
I love downtown, bro.
Like it's like nice.
Love downtown.
Nice, and then there's like some places where it's just like, it could be a lot better right here.
Yeah, it really could.
Like the one thing I know everybody's been talking about is like, why don't we have a Top Golf down here? I was like, man, if downtown was expanded more, like if there was more space between the beach and the streets, it'd be perfect out there. But
that would actually really, man, downtown needs. We have so many vacant buildings and stuff like, and our downtown, if you're from Corpus, it's actually really nice. There's like, you don't really even see garbage anywhere. You know what I mean? Like you rarely see like. Our city is really clean, surprisingly. It's pretty clean. Some parts, of course, but those parts aren't that big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, it's pretty clean. I love it downtown. Man, I kind of want to go downtown now after this, man. I want to. House of Rock got some good pizza. If you ever go there, get the rooster sauce. Shout out to House of Rock Kitchen. Good place. Good pizza.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We can go on for hours. I'm pretty sure. There's plenty of stuff we could talk about here.
Well, one thing COVID messed a lot. We had. That's why I throw it out there. We had so many bomb ideas for this year. Like we were gonna do so much. Like this thing didn't just happen. Pop Boys didn't just happen overnight. It was like probably a year before we actually opened the store. Just like the idea of it. The idea was around, but not. It just wasn't overnight. A lot of experiments and prequels to trying to see where we were at and stuff with hosting events like the Pop Swap and stuff, and even DMP was kind of a part of it too. Having an audience behind it and stuff, and we had a lot of stuff planned for this year. One thing I will tell you is we were planning to have another Pop Swap. If not Big Sam, we were talking to someone else. I don't want to mention them. Then they not work or whatever, but. It was gonna be in town, which would be a lot easier. I feel like for people in town,
a lot more central
for that one. And the spot was actually really cool. I think people would have felt this spot a little bit better than the other spot, just size wise, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it was kind of narrow.
Big Sam's was really big, but the thing was, and not to knock them, but it was a bar and grill. You know what I mean? Like, I was worried about like the football teams for Sundays, of us being in their way. Because it's a bar and grill, like people like to go there. It's a sports bar, so I don't want it to be in the way. Luckily, the 2 times we had, no issues.
Yeah.
I think the teams playing weren't even good teams people cared about.
It was very good. Crazy,
yeah. So it was.
I don't think I would have been there if it was a Cowboy game. I think that was when the Cowboys were doing solid. So I don't think I would have been there either if the Cowboys were playing. So I got you. But I know that's what I've been looking into. I know I've been seeing like in Dallas. There's this one guy that's like big in most of the waffle groups I've been in. And he's and they're doing swaps up there. And I was like, how are they doing that? But I imagine something like where you can't touch the pot before you see them. It's more of like the vendor touches them, and then you can if you want to buy it, you take it. That's what I imagine it's like.
That's not me.
Is that me?
Oh, about the how Pop Boy started. Like I said, it's a whole. between me and my two partners. That's a whole nother story. But I will say one thing about Pop Boys. The name was actually created by Ben. Ben thought of the name. We were brainstorming. We were even thinking about calling it just DMP. But then I was like, you know what? That's kind of like, nah. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I just thought, like, nah, it should be something to us three. Because I came up with DMP. Like, I thought of the name. Ben helped me with the group. I thought of the name. And then I wanted it to be something we could all, like, decide on. Just, you know what I mean? It's a group thing. Ben thought that idea. I had a couple of names. I don't remember what they were. They weren't really that good. I don't remember them.
Yeah.
But I had a couple. Ben had Pop Boys. I think Sasha may have had one. And we were like, dude, Pop Boys sounds good. That's so sick. Because we're referencing Pet Boys. You know what I mean? There's three of us, the three faces. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how that started. That's how we did.
It's nice. It's a nice name. I think it's like one of those names that just like kind of it works. It rolls and it just works. Like it's one of those things like, oh, you want to go to Pop Boys? So let's go to Pop Boys. Yeah, cool.
See, that was all Ben right there. Ben, that was all Ben. Like his name.
It's funny because I think it was like mid last year, early last year. I was talking with my buddies, and because my buddy and I we brainstorm a lot. We talk about my buddy Jose and I. We talk a lot about like owning a business or like starting a business, or he's like, we gotta figure out how to make money, bro. I'm like, yeah, we can. I was like, we gotta figure something out. And we always talked about it. We always comes up with crazy stuff. Like for a while he wanted to be like he wanted to fly drones and take pictures and stuff because apparently they make good money doing that.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah.
So he was like looking at it. He was
especially
just looking
you're a PI.
Yeah.
If you're a PI, bro.
He would look into all kinds of stuff like that, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that." And I was like, "Bro," I was like, "I'm getting really into this pop stuff." I was like, cause for him too, like he started and he did that where you get in, you buy everything you can. He was doing Stranger Things, and then he saw that there was a bunch of Stranger Things pops that were a little more pricey. So
you get lost in it
slowed
real
down.
quick.
He slowed down. He stopped. But at the time, it was when he was kind of collecting too, and I told him, I said, bro, let's just open a pop shop. I was like, it can't be too hard. I was like, I mean, we just have to make sure we have product, and doing that, I mean, so and knowing what I know now, it probably would have been a lot easier to do too. But at the time, I was just like unsure. And then he was like, I don't know. He's like, what are you thinking? I was like, well, the only thing that's gonna matter the most is finding a location. So we talked about that, and then everything kind of fell apart. And I think a couple months later, we heard y'all were opening up a shop. So I was like,
shit.
I was like, we're gonna get out of that. We're not gonna worry about pops now. We'll do something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool, and it actually all worked out pretty good. Cause I was talking to him about it the other day actually, and I was like, if we would have opened a shop, I was like, I guarantee we wouldn't have been able to compete with Pop Boys because everybody knows them. Like everybody knows y'all in the community.
You never know though, man. Like I mean, the way I look at it, there's enough for everybody, dude. Honestly, like there's a few places here that sell pop besides us. Like there's Texas Toys. I don't hate on none of them. I think it's cool. Like there's another customer in here. I want to say his name. I know his name, but I don't want to say his name because I don't want, you know what I mean, throw him out there. But we had someone come in here who talked about kind of the same thing. I don't know if it's your homie. I don't know if it's a guy. But one of his friends owned a store a few years ago and here in Corpus. I don't want to say what location. I don't give it away. But one of his friends owned a location here in Corpus. And I remember the store guy. I actually been there once, and but they didn't do too well. And they had a little section of Funkos, and then those little Funkos he had, it was so long ago, those, I don't know who it was, but all those went, like, way up. Like, way the fuck up, you know what I mean? Oh, my bad.
Are you good?
Yeah, they went way up. And, so, yeah, but he told me, I was like, dude, yeah, like, if y'all want to do that, man, do it, man. By all means, like, don't let us stop you. You know what I mean? Don't let us stop anybody from achieving your goal or your dream, whatever you want to do. Like, there's enough to go around, man. There really is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't look at that. I don't hear anybody who's trying to make a living, trying to make a dollar, trying to make a money, whatever you want to call it. There's no need for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I know there's people that like sell like independently. Like I don't know his name, but he's the one. He followed me on Instagram. He liked all my stuff, and then he messaged me, and he's like, hey man, I checked out your videos, and everything looks cool. And he's like keep doing what you're doing. And I went to Pop Boys, and Breezy told me about your shop, about your channel.
Yeah.
So
I told a lot of people
pretty cool.
They were talking about like, if they say anything about YouTube, if they mention anybody I watch or YouTube channel like Bearded Pop Hunter or whatever, or the Applesauce dude. I don't watch the channel. I've heard his name before. Yeah, I've heard his name before. I'd be like, hey, my homie has a YouTube channel. You should check his out. And I'll tell him, so I'm trying to pull a video up, like, I look at my liked videos. Hey, look at this one here.
Yeah.
Show him stuff.
We watch. I know, like on YouTube, I'll watch like And I watch Savage Pops. I watch him, and then I'll watch Top Pops for a bit.
I was earlier. I sent it to my homie. I was telling him about it. I sent him that one. You mean?
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I know that was a fun one too. I think that was one of the videos I think it has the most views on it. I think, or at least on Facebook it did really well. On YouTube it did better than most of my videos. But on Facebook I think it had like over 1,000 views, maybe way more than that. So yeah, that was a fun one. We gotta do another one of those. I know I ordered
this
the
year,
one.
man, prevented so much good stuff from happening, and this year's just crazy, man. But I mean, it could be way worse, man. Like we're still alive. Like
it's been rough
people,
the whole year.
Like it's just sad, man. So many people lost their lives, some family members, friends. It's crazy. Hopefully, everything gets better next year, man. Especially with people being in large groups or being. I hope everything gets back to normal by next year. That's what I'm hoping.
Hopefully, because it's rough right now. I know there's the ways that people are getting around it. They're doing like separated, or they'll do big crowds, but they're like social distancing and stuff like that. Like, and that works too. Most of the times I don't like to be all up on other people anyways. Like I don't get it, but like I see on my Snapchat every now and then. I see people at a bar just like stocked up and no mask. I'm like,
I see that too. I'm like,
yo.
Sometimes I feel like everything's back to normal, but it really isn't. Like, I had somebody the other day. They do. People still getting sick. I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, oh, I don't hear about it really. Like, because it's so normal now.
Yeah, with us, like our I follow the city council. I think on Twitter, and they'll post like every day like we have news of this many COVID related illnesses and this many new cases and this many
going up or down
deaths. It's not as big as it was. Like remember we had that big spike after like we were locked down, then we opened back up a little bit, and then
it went way up,
and then everything started spiking like crazy. There was that, and then now it's like there's days where we don't have a new case, there's days where we'll have like one death, and like of course you don't want death period, but it's definitely gone down since that jump. So yeah, I mean hopefully, because I've been talking about that like forever, like the pop swaps. I'm like bro, even if you don't like going to the shop, if you don't want to go to you don't go to Pop Boys, you don't go to like shop around, those pop swaps will get you like you'll be able to land good stuff there, like grails and stuff like that. Like there's always stuff there. I think that's where I bought my. Oh no, I didn't buy that. I bought that on eBay. I was gonna say my Teletubbies. I almost bought it at one, but they wanted to charge like. I paid $60 for mine, I think, and they were charging $100 at the swap, and I was like, that was a good thing I didn't buy it there.
When I went to the one, I got some good stuff at the San Antonio one I went to. I got some pretty good. I got a deal. Every shop I go to, I either buy myself or trade, but I usually buy. I mean, it's hard to trade sometimes because they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to make money, not like trade. Most of the time that pop swaps. A lot of times they'll be like, no, I'm only selling.
I don't know. I mean, next swap I might have to get in on the swap, because I think we were gonna try to do it the last time. We were gonna try to get a booth, but we started talking. And we were like, we don't got much to sell. We're gonna sit at a booth. We're gonna pay to sit at the. I mean, the booth wasn't expensive. It was like $10 for a table.
It was really. The way was not going. It was all paying for the venue's time, really. At Big Sam, like the money I was collecting was going to them, so I can put it on within those 4 hours we were doing it. Mm-hmm. It was 4 hours. It was 1 hour to set up and eat and stuff like that, and then 3 hours of the actual show. So the first hour was us setting up and grabbing a snack, because they got good food there.
Yeah, they have good food there.
But I shouldn't be saying this, but like, nah, I can't do that. I gotta say it now. You gotta say it, bro. Now. But the thing is, like, what should I say?
It's up to you. If you want to say it.
No, I won't say it. It's nothing bad. or whatever, but, like, I was going to say the best times to order, you know what I mean, at Big Sam's is before it gets packed. Of course, that's common sense, but I noticed that when the pop swap happened, we ordered our food, right, and we got it within, like, 20 minutes or whatever, which is average time, you know what I mean, because they make everything, like, on the spot. Mm-hmm. Once the show was going on, I remember Jason came from the tattoo shop, came by, and he ordered some food, and it wasn't that many people, but, like, it took a lot longer, bro, you know what I mean? So if you ever go there for pop swap, if you ever have Big Sam's again, order when you get there. Don't order later on, because it will be a while, you know what I mean? It's good nonetheless, but that's just, like...
It's worth it, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Just don't get mad at them for taking... They need their time to make your food good, so...
Yeah. So hopefully we can get those back. Hopefully next year. That'll be fun. I know the stuff I want to do within the next year, just for the channel in general, or even for like the local stuff. Because, I mean, of course, I want to see this community grow. It's fun. The people that I know are cool. I've never ran into anybody that I had a sour taste in my mouth with after the deal was done. So it's been good. There's been a few people that seem kind of but I think I've never been like fleeced or had a problem with anybody.
We've had customers that come in here where I didn't expect them to be here as a customer, thinking they're lost or something. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, how you doing? They're like, oh, you have this pop. I'm like, oh, dang, they know their pops. I'm talking about, like, I don't judge anybody, you know what I mean? But who comes in there with, like, all the face tattoos and all thugged out, you know what I mean? And I'm expecting to, like, mistaken for the barbershop or the tattoo shop.
Mm-hmm.
And like, no, they're here for pops. I'm like, oh shit, okay, or the exotic soda or something. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like our clientele just ranges from little kids to, you know what I'm saying? I won't call them gangsters, but the G's. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The homies. You know what I mean? We have the country people come in here every now and then. Someone came and actually bought one of our plushes. We had a Five Nights at Freddy. Mm-hmm. That was a consignment. It was going for $130. What she brought in was at $130. It was the Shadow Freddy. It went down to $115, and we double checked it to see if it was at $130. Because every time we sold something, and they come back, hey man, PPG was this price, so we had to refund them the difference. Mm-hmm. We never had someone come, hey bro, I paid too less for this. It's worth, you know what I mean? We don't never had that happen, but the opposite will happen every now and then. But yeah, that was one of those times where I checked $115. And I was like, it's $115, and it was like a hit, like a country guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? I did not expect him to collect those, but he collected them. Like, it was, he liked the plushes. You know what I mean? He said him and his daughter collecting together. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's kind of more for his daughter, but I thought it was cool. Like, that's cool, man, that you like, you know what I mean? Because she wasn't with them, but she said it was a surprise gift for her. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really cool, man.
Yeah, that's always cool.
That was nice.
My dad and I, that's one thing we do. We collect pops. Like, well, for a while it was him. He would go and buy stuff too. But now it's mostly stuff. It's more like if I come across something and I think he'll like it or I know he'll like it, I'll get it for him and I'll be like, hey, here you go, pops. Like I just bought it off Tim, the White Goodman from Dodgeball.
That was mine.
It's worth that was yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, it was. I remember he
vaulted.
Yeah, it was cheap for a while too. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, but I guess he vaulted and then went up. So I know my.
What's he at now?
50, I think.
Oh yeah, when I sold him, he wasn't at 50 when I sold him.
It's like 50 or 60, I think. Because I remember Tim was like, Tim gave me a stupid good deal. Like, shout out Tim. Like I think a good portion of my collection, a good portion of stuff that I've fixed or I've added to my collection, it's been Tim, and it's been like good deals, like trades and stuff like that. Like I did. That's one thing
he
I
gets some heat every now and then.
Yeah, like that Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
that Bruce Lee. I had not seen the Bruce Lee anywhere. Like I've never seen it locally, and then he had it, and I was like. I was trying to get that. I gave it to my dad. Yeah. I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, so I got him that one. And it was that one. He traded me. I traded him the Rugrats 2-pack, and I think there was the Cora Chase.
Okay, yeah.
And he traded me the Bruce Lee. There was some other stuff. I think like the PPG on it was like almost $200 total, and then he's real cool with his trades. And then the one we did today, I was gonna trade, but I was like, nah, I don't really got much to trade because he's real simple to trade with too. Because he's like I like chases or I like high value pops. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, and most people don't do multiple.
They want what they want. You know what I mean?
They want that's what rough. I know trading people locally has always been, I'm looking for
like
all my glow in the dark, or I want like a Beerus or something. Like they want something
crazy,
something that I collect. Like I won't. It's hard. It'll be hard to talk me out of like a Dragon Ball pop.
Yeah.
Or talk me into trading a Dragon Ball pop because my collection's pretty much it. But I forgot where I was going with this.
About the trade, about Tim.
Oh yeah. So it's just stuff like that. Like trades locally has always been cool. I know Tony and I have worked out a few trades. Tony takes a little more talking to sometimes. It's funny.
Yeah.
Like we'll go back and forth for a bit, and then it's like, okay.
I don't know how he was Did watch this, Tony? I didn't know you were as young as you were, homie.
Yeah.
I thought you were like in your early 20s and stuff. I was like, dang, you know what I mean? But I respect that. You mean, a little hustler, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's
he's,
cool.
he's on it. He's on it. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's trying to get that collection up. So I can't knock the hustle there,
Yeah,
Tony.
I feel that's what I'm saying.
Taking care of it. He'll be at the releases. I remember he bought
First one most of the time.
Yeah.
First one, dude. Like, that's respect right there, dude.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm lazy, dog. If I really want it, I'll go. That's Batman. I put on Nars before, dude. I have old videos. I was going the other day. I have videos of me standing at Target, taking a drink of my coffee. My eyes are all red. You can tell I'm just tired, dude. Just out of it.
He did that with the most recent Target release, and I don't even think he hit that day. It was well, I don't know if he did it after all. He told me he was gonna do it. He was gonna wait outside of Target for the 10-inch Stormtrooper that just came out.
Oh yeah.
He was gonna wait outside Target. I said, "When are you going out there?" He goes, "I'm probably gonna head out there about 4." I was like, "Sheesh."
Yeah, bro. Like, I used to go 2 to 3 hours before, and I used to always be good, and then
more people got into it.
Yeah, it's just yes and no. People start noticing. They'll show up around like they open at I think 8 or 9, and some people show up at 7 and see like already 10 people. Okay, I didn't come earlier, and they come an hour earlier and see like maybe 4 people or 5 people. And then it's like going to part where like sometimes they beat me sometimes. I mean, I used to be the first one a lot. Me and Ben or something like.
Yeah.
It was crazy, bro. Like, it's better in teams. Oh, but that should be that should be one of the 5 rules. One of the rules is good to have teams when you go. You know what I mean? If you line up before, like, not release dates, but like the opening, it's always good to have teams, man.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Because at the mall, there's been so many times where, hey, bro, I'm gonna go to McDonald's real quick. I'll go to McDonald's, grab breakfast. You know what I mean, sometimes if the people are cool waiting, sometimes.
Yeah.
If they're cool, I'll grab you a little Egg McMuffin. I mean, a little sausage biscuit. But if you're not, it's only me and my homies. You know what I'm saying? We getting food. But there's been times, most of the time they're pretty cool. Like, it used to be a point where we wouldn't even be standing in front. We'd be like, okay, I'm the first one. Oh, you're number 2, you're number 4. We'll all sit down. And we know what number we are. I mean, we don't just rush in there and like, no, it's like in order. But then last time we did that, some dude came up and just sat in front of the store. In front of them, we're like, hey, dude. We're all waiting. He was like, yeah, we are sitting over there. I'm like, bro, because we're you know what I mean? We know who's what number. And it was one of those mornings where I was like, you know, I don't want to, you know, like, I'm too old to be fighting and stuff. And the kid was like, maybe a teenager, and I wasn't trying to, you know what I mean? I would feel like a bully.
Yeah.
I was like, well, whatever, dude. And the employee actually told him something surprising, because they don't really say much, the Hot Topic employees, but this one particular employee was like, hey, man, they're all waiting here, blah, blah, and he, like kind of made him go back in line a little bit. Not really making it, but, hey, can you, like, they were here before you, man. Like, come on, it's not right. And he eventually eased up, but I'll never forget that, dude. I was like, oh, you little shit. Like,
I know they've gotten real, like, weird with their stuff. Like, not real weird, but strict with that, like, waiting outside the store, because I know I never heard of that loophole. The waiting in front of another store.
Oh yeah.
That would happen with the NYCC. I showed up. I think I showed up like maybe 20 minutes before it was time to line up. And I was like, all right, cool. And I didn't see anybody waiting around. I was like, oh, cool. We're early. There's nobody here. And I was like, nah, it's too good to be true. We walked around. We saw, and they was waiting in front of the store right next to it.
That children's place or whatever.
No, the other side.
Kids Foot Locker.
No, it's the clothing store. It's a clothing store. I can't remember what clothing store it is. Oh, Lane Bryant. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
They were waiting for the Lane Bryant. I'm like, they were waiting for the Lane Bryant. Oh, Zoomies in Lane Bryant. They were right there, and I was like, oh, great, cool. The loophole, and I was gonna be I felt like being an asshole that day. I was gonna walk in front of the line, in front at 10 o'clock into Hot Topic and just stand in front, because I was like, oh, I got here at 10, but I was like, I'll go in line. I was like number 22, 23, and I was worried because I saw like a group of people, like it was like 5 people, and I was like, fuck. I was like, what if they're here to buy it all out? And they just announced They just announced the two limits. I was like,
oh, that's even better. Yeah, I'm glad they started doing that.
I was like, if everybody buys 2, I was doing the math. I was like, if everybody buys 2 in front of me, then I can't get one. And I was like, and I'm assuming those guys are here to buy multiples because they're gonna flip.
Yeah.
They were all cool. They were all just there to buy like one. Like I think they were there for like Comic Book Guy and Red Goblin.
Okay.
So I was like, good. I got in there, and they had like 12 Mr. Compressors left. They like nobody touched that.
The Crunchyroll guy, right?
Crunchyroll,
yeah, that's what they're telling me at the
Nobody
place.
touched it. Nobody touched it till I got there because one guy grabbed it in front of me and they were like clapping. They were like, "Yeah, finally!" And I was like, "Wow, really? Nobody touched it?" And I was like, I get it though, I guess." So I bought 2. I bought one for my sister.
When I went, there was only 3 comic book guys. When I called, there's only 3. I'm like, okay, cool. And I left a little bit early here. We closed at the same time the mall closes, so I went like half an hour early. Well, I'm half an hour before we closed, and I went there and there were like 2 of them left.
Mm-hmm.
And I grabbed one of them. I should I grab the other one. And the girl was like, you probably should, honestly, because he's like slow down on the line and blah, blah. I'm like, nah, you know what? I already have enough. Like, because I opened the business, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to leave
Something for somebody.
You know what I mean? Because there's been times where I've gone to Walmart and seen exclusives and stuff. And, you know, damn, dude, should I get them all? And we saw in the store, like, nah, don't do that. You're going to be an asshole.
I know you got to do that with the colds, the King Cold, right?
Yeah. Well, we got a few King Colds. We bought one store out. We bought one store completely out. And that was, I think, in Alice or Kingsville. And then when we started telling people we're trying to do consignment, people were showing up left and right, bro, with bags of either him or Zamasu. And we're like, yeah, we'll take them. Or sometimes we just bought them off of them. You know what I mean? We'll give them extra, like, $2 or $3 for probably like 13 a piece instead of, you know what I mean, the retail. And yeah, I regret doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the Jordan one, the same thing when the Walmart one came out. We bought the same store because nobody would go out there. You know what I mean? So we went out there and they sold a couple of them, but we bought what else they had. And same thing, people were coming in here trading or consignment. You know what I mean? So we looked at it like, dude, we don't really need to go hunt no more because customers come to us wanting to trade.
They'll buy them and then they'll show up.
Well, they'll buy them. We don't buy like if you buy. Like the exclusive, we're not buying none of those until like 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what they're gonna be sitting at. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because right now they're like fluctuate. I mean, they're super high, and then like you don't want to spend. I got you.
I mean, we're down. We'll tell them, hey, we're not gonna buy any, but we'll put on consignment if you want to do that. We'll consign them, whatever, but we're not gonna buy it. You know what I mean? And we go off of like, you know what I mean? Because we tell them the price what they want to, but if the price goes down, PPG, are you cool with that? Sometimes like, nah, I want for this price, regardless if it goes up or down. Or not up. Of course, I want to go up. You know what I mean?
So how y'all do that? Do y'all label it? Like, is there a certain special sticker? Because I know those right now it has like.
We just put the initial. Like, it's either gonna be M, B, or C, which is us, or T. T is for team. You know what I mean? If it's someone's name starts with a T, we'll put like Tommy or Tim or whatever your name is. We'll put your whole name. You know what I mean? We have a lot of R's. We have Renee, Rob, and Robert. We have 3 different. You know what I mean? R's. So we'll either put Rob or R for Renee or Robert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how we keep track of that.
That's cool.
Because sometimes like I'll win raffles, and I'll sell the pop here, or I'll.
Yeah, I remember I bought you won the NYCC rock, the gold rock, and I was like, I gotta have it, bro. I think that's my first
or
my
mystery
first
boxes
sticker.
Or mystery boxes. Or
My first con sticker one. So I came in here, ran in here. I was like, I gotta get that. It wasn't expensive.
It was back when it was right here. The case was right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the back was on this side.
Yeah, the case here, and then I think I might have had like 1 or 2 of these, but you don't have all of them yet.
Yeah, we did. We were still growing. And believe it or not, I kind of want to. I know I just kind of redid the store recently. I want to redo it again. It's just I don't know.
It's a lot. Yeah. I mean,
we're trying to get a point where we have space. We recently got those risers.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that when you walked outside. Yeah.
We have enough for each one of them. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. And those it turns one shelf because each cubby holds 20 pops. With those in, we hold 40 now.
Oh yeah.
So we doubled it. So that's
Nice.
pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, let's see, we're at what, hour and a half, and we can go for longer. But I think probably gonna call it there. Appreciate you coming on, being the first guest on the show.
First guest.
I know. I'm like, honestly, I think I have like my first 4 guests like lined up, or not lined up, but in mind. I know for sure I confirmed. Well, I say confirmed.
You want to tell people who is yet, or you want to surprise them?
I'll say one of them.
Say one of them. Okay.
So we talked about Chris Alva. He's really big in San Antonio.
I was about to ask you that too. Hell yeah.
He's real big in San Antonio, pretty much South Texas too. Everybody knows him. So he's one of those guys that I've talked to already. I mentioned it to him. So we'll have to lock something out. I'll probably take a trip up there to him, and maybe we can look at his shop, because he sent me pictures of that thing, and it is insane. He doesn't have a shop per se, but he has pops, and it's like insane. Like I see crazy rare stuff there.
Good ones,
So,
like a lot
it's
of good
nice.
grills and stuff.
So for sure, it's gonna be a fun one with him. I know that because he can talk. I know he can talk. We'll even talk sports because I know we're both Cowboy fans, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But it was cool, doing this one, getting this out the way. I know for a while I've been wanting to do this, like since I started the channel. Well, no, let's backtrack. I've been wanting to do a podcast for years now. We've tried. My boy Jivo and I, my producer, director, whatever you want to call him, all that. We've been talking about it. We tried it and it didn't work because we tried to do a group podcast and it just kind of flopped. Like we ended up, it was just
It's
bad.
trial and error.
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error with that. So it's like, and then we had a sports podcast. We did one episode. We haven't followed up with it. We wanted to. He was working hard on getting some graphics done for that one, and we haven't done that one yet. But just it feels good to finally get this out the way, get to do a podcast because I've always wanted to do one. Like I don't want to say I like hearing myself talk, but I think I do have a little, I guess, a knack for it. I guess
It's natural for it, yeah.
It's one of the things that I guess I like doing it. But
you're good at it, dog.
Thank you, appreciate that. So. Other than that, that's pretty much it for episode 1 of the podcast. I appreciate you listening. If you made it this far, go ahead and comment on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna enter you in a giveaway. Okay? Ooh. Comment on my most recent video. By the time this drops, I'm probably gonna have another video dropping. So if that one's up, whatever the most recent one is, comment your favorite part of this video. Let's do that. Your favorite part of this podcast. I might upload it on the channel too. We'll see, because I don't even know if we have video. Producer's messing with it right now, so I don't even think I think the camera flopped too. So we'll see. I might just upload an audio with a graphic or something, or I might do snippets on the channel. But anyways, if you made it this far into the podcast, let me know. Comment on you can even tweet it at me, and we'll enter you in a giveaway for a pop to be decided later. I don't have one yet because I just thought of it right now. But anyways, appreciate you, Breezy. I look forward to interacting with you more. Doing more stuff here with the shop. If if you're local to Corpus or even just in the surrounding areas and you're ever looking for a good pop shop, this is definitely one. Their walls are stocked with stuff and they stay stocked. So it's stuff that they're really good about once it clears out. Because I've seen this place cleared out. They're really good about filling it back up. So there's always going to be stuff on these shelves. Everything like anime. We got DC, we got comics, we got wrestling,
movies.
There's a big Star Wars stack right now. I bought some stuff there, so I might check that out. So yeah, if you're ever in the area, check it out. Let them know I sent you. Can't exactly get you a discount for that yet, but we'll work on that eventually. So appreciate you stopping by, appreciate you checking it out, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
You just stepped into the jungle. My dogs, we ready to rumble.